What is up, everybody? Welcome to Ride Review. We got the whole squad here. I'm Tyson.
I'm Mitch.
This is Mitch.
Yep.
And we are at Micromobility America. We are out at the test track, which is why it says Ride Review. If you didn't know that yet, Ride Review, Micromobility, same company, doing great things out here. So this is a 2-day conference. There's all kinds of exhibits and talks and stuff going on inside, but we're starting out here because we got this massive, awesome test track out here. We got e-bikes, we got scooters, we got skateboards, we have electric motorcycles. So we are going to ride as many things as we can.
Yep.
What are we gonna do? Let's start down here.
Yeah, let's start over here at the Trikes.
Yeah, so this is Oh Wow Cycles. Now, you've worked with these guys a bit before, right?
Yeah, that's my my most popular review I've ever done. Actually, was a Trike review. And that was like the older model.
Yeah, exactly.
As well. So they got some of the new stuff here, a couple prototypes which I think are really interesting.
Yeah, these guys are really some shakers and movers in the industry. I got to ride that older Trike. We used it for like cargo hauling for this video that we did a couple years back.
Yep.
And they've been, doing more and more. They have some of the, I don't know, a little bit more polished, fancy ones here, but this is like a new prototype. Tell me about this bad boy.
It is. So they're calling this the Power Trike. And as you can tell, so if you've seen like the Conductor 4.2, it had a smaller frame for carrying things, and this one's got like a bigger pad. We could both fit on the back of this thing. And just guess what the weight capacity is.
It's rugged. I mean, I don't know, I'd guess like 500 pounds?
1,500 pounds.
1,500?
Yeah, so this is an industrial trike.
Dude.
For sure.
Yeah, and then is this just like a cargo hauling?
Yeah, so it's on these tracks, and so it just slides in and out, so you can pull the seat on and off, and then this thing pops in there. And so this, you could throw a hog in the back of here, and just for
jump in there. That thing's huge. I mean, yeah, you could fit a few people in there pretty comfy.
Yeah, as long as they knew each other pretty well.
That's good. And is that? It looks like it's like a dual wheel drive.
Yeah, so we got rear drive in the back, which is driving both of our wheels, which is awesome.
And then a front motor.
And we got a front motor as well, inverted suspension, quad piston brakes. There really is quite a lot of cool things here. And right now in its configuration, we've got, I think it's a 20 amp hour battery right here, a 20 amp hour battery right here, but they're working on getting additional 20 or 25 amp hour batteries that can slide in.
Stick it in there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
heavy
potentially
duty.
You're looking at like 80 to 100 amp hours of battery here, which would be pretty wild.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, let's take this bad boy for a little spin here.
And so top speed on it right now is 32 miles an hour, which is crazy for a trike.
Wow. Yeah.
However, so right now we're in just front drive mode, so we're gonna press and hold this button here, and boom, both the wheels light up, and then we're in dual drive.
Pretty fancy display. I like these readouts.
Yeah. Yep. So so this side's watts, or both sides are watts. I think it's the watts of. Is that both watts?
That is. Oh, it's probably each motor. I bet you.
I don't know what that's doing. That sounds fun.
That's your very low volume horn. All right, I'm gonna jump in the back here.
All right, so I was riding around yesterday. We got parking brakes, obviously, and these are the, what are these? These are Kurosawa quad pistons. So
those look like pretty heavy duty brakes.
Yeah, no, going from dual to quad pistons is quite a change. Still's got really good turning radius for a trike. Let me see if we got basically 0-degree turns.
That's awesome.
All right, now it's time for us to hit on the gas and see how fast she goes.
All right, holding on. I'm hooked in. Dude, this thing can move.
Oh yeah. Woo! Dude, those quad piston brakes are nice.
Now, this feels impressively stable.
Oh yeah, it's a really wide wheelbase in the back, so I think that helps out quite a bit.
Wow, yeah. Turns pretty well. Wow, yeah, this is heavy duty industrial.
Yep. Yeah, this thing is pretty fun. It's a little less torquey with you in the back, but it also feels a lot more stable.
Yeah, have a little bit of weight holding it down.
Yeah. Dude, this is wild.
That is amazing.
The fact that you can skid the brakes on a trike is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I really like the utility focus of this. Like, it's purpose built for that. You know, this would not really be a trike that you would kind of swap between both worlds. I mean, you know, for one thing, you definitely wouldn't be able to fit this through a door frame, you know, so if you're trying to store it inside anything,
No, it's a garage storage trike for sure.
Yeah, but that's I mean, you get something that is just such a useful workhorse.
Yeah, and so when I was chatting with them yesterday, we were setting up for the show, they mentioned a couple things that they're looking at doing, adding independent rear suspension, which, as you know, like with the trike thing, when you go take this off-road, trikes suck. Because you start hitting a rut and all of a sudden you're doing this and the whole frame's just kind of moving. But if you had independent suspension in the back, this thing could, you know, you hit like uneven terrain, one of the sides goes up, one of the sides goes down, whatever it needs to be, to keep a really stable ride on it.
That would be awesome. I don't think I've ever seen a trike with any kind of rear suspension.
Right.
So that's, I mean, but that's, you know, this is Oh Wow Cycles. They are really, I don't know, pioneers in the trike industry, I guess. Let's look at some of their other ones.
Yeah.
We have like the transforming one.
Yeah, so this is the Conductor Plus. I reviewed this one in Orlando. We were at Electrify. And he's called the transforming one because all you do with this one, you just pop it up, flip it around.
Yeah.
Boom, sits right there.
That's so smooth. So you can do passenger or cargo without having to, you know, swap out a big bulky thing.
Right.
You don't need no tools.
You got cup holders here, handrails.
Oh, look at that. We got like the
little padding
on the feet too, padded bench. And then boom, cargo mode.
And it's got this special little spot down here.
Ooh, a little hidey hole. All right.
Little storage spot. So if you want to put in, you know, some extra tubes or, you know, small air pump, something like that, you can.
And look at this. We got turn signals, looks like.
It's got turn signals.
Got brake lights. Very polished.
It's also got a couple different battery configurations as well. I think you get up to like 50, 60 amp hours in here.
Wow, all right.
On the top end, yeah. And yeah, we got an adjustable stem up here, so you can kind of adjust it for your height. Obviously, the minimum seat height here is pretty low, and then the maximum seat height somewhere right around here, which is pretty crazy. Now, if you were
that's wild. Let me jump on there.
Yeah.
That's
now, if you were gonna ride it and you were like a taller rider,
look at that. I can extend my legs fully.
and also
that's awesome.
something too, like if you can feel it, a little bit of a pedal forward design to it as well.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of the trikes are kind of like right underneath you, but the way they designed the seat tube and where our cranks are, it is a little bit more pedal forward than some of the trikes I've recently been on.
Yeah, I like that. Nice, like active stance.
Now for you, if you were going to be on it, I'd probably throw like a 130 adjustable stem on here. That way you can get you up here a little bit higher for you.
Yeah, get like just a little bit more upright. I know. I like the active stance though.
Yeah.
I've been cycling my whole life. Like I like it when I can be a little bit more forward, get some exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome setup.
No, it's fun. We got we got chain tensioners on there because with the longer wheelbase on the trikes, I think that's something a lot of people kind of skip out on. You got this big dangly chain, so they really got that polished. The other thing that's really nice, as somebody who's ridden around in a lot of these like passenger trikes, is the retractable seat belts. Which at first you're like, oh yeah, retractable seat belts, whatever. But the fact that it retracts like this, night and day difference from the ones that are longer, they're flapping around. You got to try to tighten them up every time you're trying to use it. So.
Yep. Yeah, and they do it looks like they're doing the same thing on here where the motor drives both rear wheels.
Yeah.
Which again is like, you were mentioning how a lot of trikes it's front wheel drive, but like only front wheel drive? Not a great, like it's not a great experience.
No, especially when you start putting all the weight back here, you're gonna lose a lot of traction up in the front.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, look at all these things. They got the canopy cover one over here.
Yep, so this one's new. They're working on this. And it just attaches right here where you attach like a front basket. I think it's a smart play. And it's got a spot in the back. You throw in your canopy and you're good to go. Now this one, I believe, also has reverse mode on it, which is a little bit different. All the new 4.2s have reverse mode. So again, if you've ridden a trike, you get into a situation, you're like, oh, I gotta turn around, you gotta hop off. You gotta maneuver it around, and with the trikes, you got these wheels back here, that can get a little bit in the way, but because the fact that you have reverse mode on it, you pull up into your situation and you just hold down, I think it's the walk mode, right? So you hold down the minus button.
That's a really nice touch.
It just goes backwards, which is a lot of fun. And again, retractable seat belts on all the new 4.2s.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So these, you go and use them, and then when they're done, boom, they're up here, they're not rattling around making a ton of noise on you.
You can see they put a lot of effort and design into this stuff.
Yeah.
And look at this. They got the cherry red.
Yep. And then this is
awesome.
kind of like a mini little cargo for, you know, your passengers here in the back. Whereas this one, there's actually, I mean, there's shade for the driver as well. So a couple different flavors there.
Yeah.
And also the Conductor Plus, it is a little bit on the heavier side, just because it's, you know, pretty robust in the way they built it. But it gets and goes. Like, it moves. When I hopped on it, the torque and the top speed on it were like, I was like, wasn't expecting it. So.
Dude, heck yeah, awesome. All right, way to go. Oh wow. All right, let's wander on. We can sneak in here. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so this is a locking system for scooters.
This is e-cuffs.
If you're a scooter rider and you ever tried to use a normal bike lock, you know, chain, U-lock, whatever, can't do that with a scooter. It does not work. So this is, this is designed specifically for a scooter. Look at that, it's kind of like a handcuff style. They've got it, mounted down low here, and I think that's like an anti-theft thing so that they can't, take the stem off.
Yeah, what a lot of people are doing, especially on college campuses, to defeat like the U-locks, like they're not breaking it, they're not snapping it. What they're doing is they're actually removing the bottom or the top part of the stem and they're just pulling it off, and then you can just remove the U-lock. But because it's underneath the Foley mechanism, you know, it's a lot more difficult to do that.
Yeah, how's it going, man? Tyson.
Going great, man.
What's up? This is my buddy Mitch.
So we're with E-Cuffs, the #1 lock for your electric scooter. We took a design that's worked for centuries, the handcuffs, and we just customized it to Micromobility. So if you see over here, the lock is locked into a pole over here, and then we also have some patented mounts that come with it. Just so it'd be very easy for you to actually carry the scooter. Who needs a pouch? Who needs a backpack? You actually just put it directly on the scooter like this. Boom, and you're good to go. You're not going to enjoy your ride, you know? You can go across the streets of LA knowing that your ride is secure now.
Now, are they heavy?
Oh, they're actually super light. I like that you asked that question. Our team, one of our main objectives was to get this lock under 1 kilogram. We're dealing with the massive companies that we're going against, such as the Kryptonites and everything like that. So we needed everything to be on point. So we had to get this under 1 kilogram, and we're using titanium steel and zinc alloy. And what we found is that those are the best materials.
Oh, and it folds too. Check that out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it folds.
Completely articulating.
100%. That way it's very versatile.
Yeah.
As you can see as well, there are 2 sizes, right?
Yeah.
So the big size is for the more heavy duty e-scooters. The small size is for the lighter scooters. As well, it's customizable, so if you want to lock it onto street signs, street poles, a stop sign, the big one will work perfectly. And for bike racks, the small one works amazing.
Okay.
So very, very versatile.
All right, yeah, it's got some adjustability to it. Yeah, that's a nice touch. What materials is this?
Yeah, so this is going to be titanium, carbon steel, and then zinc alloy.
Okay, all right, that's why you get it to be light.
Is titanium.
Wow, yeah, that is amazingly lightweight. Yeah, I'm so used to locks that they weigh like 2-3 more pounds, like a lot of weight to lug around.
And especially when you're talking scooters, that's going to throw off your ride feel quite a bit, having something big and heavy up there.
Exactly, and so I love that you mentioned that, because that was another big thing that's going to be one of our main advantages, is that our scooter actually, our lock and mount doesn't actually affect the weightage of the ride. So when you're actually riding it, it's not going to adjust. It's not going to adjust your weightage. Whereas, like, let's say if a U-lock or something like that is put over here, it can affect your balance, which can obviously be dangerous if you're on a two-wheeler like this. We wanted to make it very easy and very accessible. So right now, you just put it over here. It doesn't affect your balance. You can go enjoy your ride knowing that you're good.
Well, that's awesome.
And the other thing with U-locks too, depending on how you mount it, because a lot of them will mount it kind of like this, and so the U-lock sticks out like this.
Yeah.
It can kind of like flap
side,
around
right?
and move,
100%.
and yeah.
Exactly, and that's not the best thing. I actually had a U-lock that had one of these things with the mount, and that's actually the reason why I created this lock over here, because I realized that e-scooter riders deserve to have their own lock, you know, so they're safe. So we do have 2.
Okay.
There we go. All right, yeah, there they are. Very nice packaging. Do you guys do you sell these direct to consumer, or is this just going to be in?
So we are actually in 23 stores in all of Canada.
Okay.
However, in US, we are doing all retail. So everything's on our website over here.
All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll snag one of those.
Fantastic, man.
Right on, dude. Yeah, very cool. This is awesome. What do these things cost?
Yeah, man. Love you. This is the best part, right? So we are retailing at $79.
That's awesome. That's crazy for a lock.
Crazy for a lock.
I mean, Kryptonite ones I feel like are like 200 plus.
Yeah, I mean, at least like 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what you're going for.
Well,
so.
like we are from Canada, right? So the exchange rate is a little bit favorable.
It's a good win for us over here.
Good win for you guys. You guys get it as a 30% discount.
Dude, right on. Sweet, dude. Thanks for showing us your stuff, man. This is really awesome.
Great. See you guys
All right,
later.
yeah. We'll catch you later. How's it going, dude?
Pretty good. How are
Tyson.
you? AJ, nice
Mitch.
to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Wanted
meet
to
you.
come and check out the fleet over here. What's the exciting stuff from?
Where's
Ooh,
the
you got the
SR at?
Ramblers. All right.
Yeah.
The Abound SR is up at the front there, so that's
Ooh.
our newest model. That's,
All right. Yeah, let's
the
go check
short
that out. I
cab.
haven't seen that one yet. I love this, like the compact cargo machine.
Exactly.
So what are some of the differences between this and the regular Abound?
The regular Abound, so obviously it's going to be a lot longer. A couple of my favorite parts about this new bike is the tires are actually a little wider
Oh, okay.
than the original Abound, so it gives you a little more confidence on the road. We got the VMAX handlebars, which are, feel a little bit more solid. You can adjust the actual entire stem up and down.
How do you adjust that?
You would just unlock, like a regular
Oh,
Allen
okay.
wrench.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it can telescope up and down.
Exactly.
No, that
Nice.
is
Yeah.
that is a good look.
Actually, just loosen up here, kind of like
And a different display? Display's different?
different display. So obviously the big features or the newest features with this is our ECU. It's like a new computer inside the bike.
Okay.
You pair your phone, it actually connects to like a 5G network. And what's really cool about that is it comes with now an alarm system.
Oh, nice.
if you're
Like
in the
an audio alarm.
audio, and it alerts your phone. So
Okay, very cool.
All right.
To the 5G, you can be in the coffee shop. You don't have to be on Wi-Fi or anything like that. And if someone messes with the bike, it does sound a little alarm just to kind of deter any thieves. But it also alerts you on your phone, so you know if somebody's touching your bike. If you're inside, so
That's the big one. I mean, some thieves don't even care if it's a really loud alarm. They're planning on getting away fast. So if you get the heads up.
exactly. So
And then C-post suspension instead of dropper C-post?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So you do get a little bit
Nice, yeah, a little bit of extra in there.
stock with the bike. So
Yeah.
that's obviously
One of the things that a lot of people complain about on these cargo bikes, when you have the solid platform back here, you get a lot of that resonance. So I see you guys went with more of a mesh style, which I think is interesting.
Exactly.
You get all the safety and none of that noise problem.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No
that's a
noise.
nice
And
touch.
It's easier to work on the bike if you need to get to
Right,
to
100%.
the cog and whatnot.
As somebody that works on the bikes, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, I like that. And slightly different kickstand.
Yeah, so that is a kind of another cool feature as well, is that locks as well. So if you have your phone paired up, you can
Oh.
So if the alarm's not enough, they literally couldn't ride away.
That's awesome.
Locks into place. So
That's a great touch.
that's kind of
And that's electronic. There's no key or anything to that.
correct. Same with the battery, which is also a really cool feature. This is on. So I'm sure you know with our other bikes it did require a key to remove the battery. But now if you wanted to just unlock the battery, hit the button.
Hey,
Come on. Okay.
nice.
There's a lot of tech packed in here.
Yeah.
There is, yeah. I like this direction you guys are going in. I noticed that when I reviewed the Rambless, I was like, oh, I can update the firmware on here. Like, it's a very polished app.
Yeah, well, it is interesting because I think when the press release came out for the SR model, everybody's like, oh, so it's shorter,
Yeah.
right? It was just that was the feedback I saw. Was just like, so it's shorter, but really, there's a lot of things that almost make this a completely different bike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, are you thinking about doing like a long bed version of this with some of these tech stuff?
I think we'll obviously see how well this does, see how the market adjusts to all this technology, if they understand it, if they like it, and then move from there.
So there's no key.
No key.
There's no key that comes with this bike.
Yeah, no.
That's fun.
Yeah.
No more
Less
messing with
less locks I have to pick.
All right.
'Cause I think when people come into the shop, a lot of it's like, where's the key? Like, oh, I lost that last year. Like, oh, we need to replace your controller, so we got to take the battery out. We got to do some stuff.
Exactly.
So I'm a decent lock pick now, but not on this one.
Yeah. No need for sure. So.
No, that is
Super
dope.
Easy, and then like I said, with the 5G, everyone's first question is like, oh, how much does that cost? It's free for the first year, so you'll get connected to the 5G network, and then after that, it's just $20 a year.
A year, okay.
Yeah, that's totally worth it.
Yeah, for like the insurance aspect of like knowing your bike's there. Now, can you track it as well?
Yep.
Okay.
What's really cool about this, and this might be more used with like rental shops, but you can actually set up like geofencing. So if you run a rental business, you can put a 5-mile perimeter around your shop, and then the battery will shut off when you exit that territory.
All right.
That's another really cool thing. So you can actually set it up if this was for your child, you could keep it in the neighborhood and the battery will shut off.
Yeah.
If your kid tries to cross
Be like,
the street.
whose house are you going to?
Exactly. So,
Yeah, that's a great move. And I've always been a huge fan of it, just having like the smaller, less obtrusive displays on the bike. Like it's less easy for them to get like damaged and stuff. And like you said, we all got these devices in our pockets. So yeah, I think that's a great move. Like it's really been fascinating watching the industry, and so many companies are trying to figure out like, oh, like how do we put more smart technology into our bikes? And a lot of them, there's not a lot of not a lot of good design that goes into it. And this, like everything you've described so far, I'm like, that's awesome. I would use that.
You can actually, let's say a customer is buying the bike, you can actually help them log in. And the first thing you can do is set reminders of like, hey, in 3 months, you probably need to check your chain.
Come on.
6 months,
All right.
you probably check the brakes and make sure your hydraulic brakes don't need bleeding. You can actually set reminders, and it'll alert them through the app. Like, hey, you haven't lubed the chain in a couple months. Or, are the tires, are the tires bald yet? Like, you can actually set those reminders up, so that helps your bike shops, because that just gets people walking back in the door.
Yeah, and also keeps them safe, right? Because
that's true.
A lot of people blow out tires because their pressure's not right. A lot of people get into accidents because they're like, I thought my brakes were supposed to touch the handlebars, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So with this technology, the direction you guys are going, it's very interesting. It's very much a differentiator from the other brands that are out there. We saw like Lectric this year. They're doing a lot of stuff with the tech, and they've had like the Apple Find My, and they kind of started to do that stuff. But they're not doing anything like this, which is interesting. So I think that 100%. So do you think we can expect some of these technology things that work out well to kind of make their way into other models in the future?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the goal for sure. Yeah, is to just see how this ECU performs, and make sure everyone enjoys certain features.
Yeah.
If they don't like some, maybe they don't go into the next model, But yeah, we absolutely want to keep progressing.
So I got a quick question. The battery doesn't have a key. So if the battery is dead, how does the battery come out?
There is a backup mini battery inside that
Really?
actually will run for, I want to say like 6 weeks. I'll check on that number, but
Okay.
there is a backup battery. So
And worst case scenario, you're plugging into the wall, charging up a little bit, then you can remove it if you need to.
Exactly. But what's great about that's not only just to remove the battery, that's for the safety features. So even if your battery's dead, you're still going to know if somebody's trying to steal your bike.
That's
still
awesome.
Going to lock, the bike in place.
So even if they take the battery out,
yeah.
battery's not even in the bike. The safety features.
That's a really nice touch. Yeah.
That is smart. That's super smart. Yeah, because people would assume like, oh, there's no battery in there, all the stuff's off, and it's like, no, they got it, the backup. Okay.
Still got the 5G, it's still connected. So, yeah.
That's wild. Super smart. And also, like the feedback we've gotten with, because we've sold, a few Abounds at the shop, was the thin tires. Because they'll see this next to like a Rad Wagon 5, and they're like, why are those tires so fat? So I think going this route, because these are what, 2.5s, 2.8s?
So, which is cool too, because the cinch, obviously, it's not as big as the cinch tire.
Right. Because you still get a little bit of that maneuverability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 3. They're actually 3.
Oh, 3 inches. That's my favorite tire size. And so this one is not a 2-kid bike. Like this is a 1 kid in the back kind of thing.
There's the photo.
Maybe 2 small kids.
Maybe 2 small kids.
Maybe 2 small kids.
I mean, like I said, 400 pounds, you could definitely, I had Chuck on the back.
And so I noticed you guys have some space back here. Is there like a bag or any accessory that kind of fills that space?
I know we were talking about, building some type of little zipper bag in there, but
because I always thought that was cool. When the Abound came out, it had like the cool bag that was in there. Yeah. No, if we did like an in-depth review on it, that's what I'd say. Like, is it really just shorter?
Yeah.
Is it really just smaller? And then it's like, no, here's 10 reasons why this bike is, completely different.
Yeah,
that is
right on, man. Thanks so much for giving us the rundown on it, dude. It's great to meet you.
What shop are you?
Power on E-Bikes in Houston, Texas.
Houston.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, appreciate it. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Yeah, absolutely. No, appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, so here we've got the tempo. What is it?
So are you on camera right now?
Yeah.
This is theft protection. So for your e-bike. So we put a couple of those badges on. This QR code. If you scan it, or you can look at it on the Specialized over here. If you scan that, it tells you, lets you contact the owner in case there's something wrong with the bike, or if you found it, if it's stolen. Then there are these badges that you put on like a hidden part of the bike that have a UV pigment in them. Even if a thief removes them, it leaves behind a UV pigment that a law enforcement officer, if they're used to finding stolen cars, can find on the bike. Call the phone number, find out who the real owner is. And if a thief still steals it despite the badges, we still can't get it back despite the QR code and the UV badge. We put up to $2,500 towards buying a new bike.
Wow. That's fantastic.
So it's like bicycle insurance.
It's not. It's technically not insurance. It's a theft deterrent, theft recovery aid with a financial guarantee behind it. So not to split hairs, but it's really it's not insurance, but it's $199 for 3 years of coverage, which is like a quarter of what you would pay if you're going to get like sort of equivalent insurance. Plus, it actually should protect your bike against some thieves and help get some of them back. And so it's actually insurance doesn't actually protect your bike; it just gives you money. So we're trying to get folks that are buying e-bikes and want to ride them every day, want to park them in places where they go, and we don't want people to like leave their e-bike at home because they're afraid it's going to get stolen. We don't want someone looking at a beautiful e-bike and be like, I would totally buy that, but that thing's totally going to get stolen. I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
So we want to have like a really, really, really affordable way for people to protect their bike and ride it as much as they want and not really worry about it.
Yeah. And do you guys is it like a direct-to-consumer thing, or are you guys in like retail partners where they can set them up and stuff?
All the above. So you can go to hellotempo.com right now and you can buy these for, it has to go on a relatively new bike. That's one of the only limitations. It's got to go on a bike you bought in the last 60 days. So you can come get them from us directly. You can go to a brand that is selling it as part of like selling you a new bike. We have just signed up our first brand partner of that group called Pi Omega, and then we have bike shops that are offering it too. So you go into a bike shop to buy a new bike. Yeah. Hopefully that bike shop's going to say, "Great, awesome, stoked you're getting a new bike. By the way, like this very, 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 very affordable way of like backstopping you in case something bad happens with your bike.
Yeah.
Like, get these tempo badges and throw them on there."
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the just taking care of the recovery part of it. Like it's a lot of people don't realize this until they've had a bike stolen, but if you don't have a way to like identify this was my bike, police aren't even going to investigate it. Yeah, you know, they'll be like, oh, like, can you prove that you bought it? Like, do you know the serial number, all this stuff? And a lot of people are like, what? I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the UV that'll stay on there, like that's an awesome touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went outside the bike industry for this. You know, the bike industry's been working on theft with locks and stuff for a long time, but we thought people are using e-bikes like cars now.
Right.
Like some people are ripping around, like using like faster mountain bikes, but a lot of people like me, I take my kids to school on an e-bike, and it's kind of like the second car for my family. So why can't I have from my e-bike all the stuff that I could get from my car, like, you know, some quality theft insurance, maybe some roadside assistance, some other kinds of things. So we sometimes style ourselves as like AAA for the e-bike owner, where we just want everybody who's riding their e-bike for transportation, just be a Tempo member. We're going to have your back if the worst thing happens. We'll help you, you know, sell you other kind of services you should have if you're using your e-bike all the time, and try to make it super affordable for you.
Oh yeah, was it $200 for 3 years? Is what you said?
$199 for 3 years.
It's a pretty low price for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, very cool, man. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks
very cool product.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna steal a card because.
Take a card, take a voice strap.
Okay.
All right. What are we getting? Ooh, we should. What is that?
This is the Tempo valet strap.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what it does, but it's pretty blue, so I got it.
So we got one.
Yeah.
I think we should check out some boards.
Yeah, some Meepos.
Yep. This, is this the V3 or the V5? I think it's the V5. I reviewed that one a while ago.
Ooh, I like the carrying handle.
Yeah, it's such a great touch, and it's positioned perfectly to balance it when you're carrying it.
Because a lot of the stuff's up there.
Yep. Balances it out real nice weight-wise. Yeah, it's such a great entry-level board.
Yeah.
Like, they did a really nice job.
Well, I also like that, the big penny board. That's the quarter board right there.
Yeah, look at that. It's got the belt drive back there. It's like a pretty raised up deck too.
Look, I'm gonna say something controversial. I prefer direct drive versus belts on skateboards. It's more torque, you get up to speed, but as soon as you let go of it, the deceleration is a lot more. And I like to get up to speed, coast for a little bit, you know, go a little bit more. So for me, the direct drives have a lot more of a skateboard feel to it than these do.
Yeah,
with
the
belts.
drag is like on a belt drive board, you can't really push it home if your battery dies.
True.
Like it's just, there's so much resistance on it, especially if it's a bigger board.
Yeah.
Like it'd be less work to just walk and carry it.
Right.
I like this little mini guy. That's a nice touch. I wonder if that's a small enough, I'm on a mission to find a skateboard that I could take on an airplane with me. That one might actually be small enough battery size, because I think it has to be under 100 watt hours.
Yeah, I think
you want to take it on a plane?
I think it's 99.
Here, let's come and look at this.
But also, I think part of that too is that you have to carry it, you have to do a carry-on.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot check it.
Ooh, that's
The
a
Hurricane.
monster.
Look at these things. That's probably like a 6-inch diameter, and like, that is a thick boy.
That is nice.
And it looks like it's got the, what do they call this? I think it's called like a double kingpin style truck, where it's kind of like two trucks stacked on top of each other. So what that does, that gives you much better turning radius. That makes them feel way more agile. And it kind of feels like suspension. Have you ridden on one like that has the double kingpins?
Yeah.
It's a really nice touch. Man, that is heavy duty. That one's a belt drive. This one's a belt drive.
I do like the bamboo honeycomb kind of vibe to it though.
Yeah, that's a pretty stylish looking deck. And wow, these are pretty thick grip pads too on there.
So this is a different Hurricane, or is the Hurricane the trucks?
I'm not sure. That one says Vader on the side, Hurricane on the bottom. Yeah, I think it is the name. I'm guessing this is the Hurricane Vader.
Oh, okay.
How's it going, man?
Hi, how are you?
Tyson.
Tyson, I'm Doug.
Good to meet you. It's my buddy Mitch.
Mitch.
Can we ride some of your boards?
Yes, I do have to get a waiver.
Okay, sure.
Which
I actually really want to try the little guy. All right.
My hands are all.
Well, that's A-okay. I'm gonna steal this.
We're gonna come out with handcuffs.
See what we have here. That's probably the power button. Okay, I heard the beep. Power this bad boy up. This is the, I don't know what you'd call this remote. This is the basic one. No screen. Just have your different, let's see, we can probably do the.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we are the market.
So we'll start it out on 2, I guess. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. Whoa, this thing's got some, look at the rolling efficiency on this. I'm not even touching the throttle yet. Like this thing, oh, his trucks are a little bit loose. All right, here, I'll take that.
Okay. Rock and roll.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Woo, yeah. Trucks are maybe a little loose for my tastes, but that's all right. Let's give it a little bit. Okay, yeah, so level 2 on the remote is pretty slow. We're going as fast as we can. Level 2, so let's bump that up. 3. Got a little bit more. It looks like the battery on the board's actually pretty low right now, so that's going to inhibit the top speed, of course. I think the top speed on this one, he said it was 16 miles per hour. So this, obviously this is going to be for somebody who it's all about the portability, right? You want something that's really small and light. You can carry it into class with you, into work, whatever. You can fly on an airplane with this. The battery is small enough to carry it on and to carry on luggage. And it feels pretty good. The wheels on it are a little small. I would probably want to swap them out for something a little bit bigger. Most e-skate boards, even the short ones like this, typically have bigger wheels on them, like even bigger than a standard longboard. And that's mostly because you're going to be traveling at higher speeds on one of these than you might on a standard longboard. And so you want to be able to roll over obstacles. You don't want a little rock or stick in the road to provide a very bad end to your day. Dude, this thing's pretty slick. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you this. It's pretty low battery right now.
Okay. That way?
For the arrow, yeah.
Okay. Just get my bearings here. It actually is pretty nice. And see, that's what I like. When you hit the controller, it's going forward, but then with a lot of the belt drives, what you can't do is let go. So when you decelerate way too fast, and I'm still just coasting. I like that a lot. Checking out for bikes. Whoa, this thing is nimble. Making some sharp turns on it. It does feel kind of strange going my feet so far together, or so close together. But again, just super nimble. Oh yeah. Dude, this is great.
Yeah, it's a fun little board. It'd be perfect for like travel type stuff.
Yeah.
I would honestly use it a lot. Like I had one of the Meepo minis before this that I used around town all the time because it's just so easy to pick up, carry inside.
So I can on-off on this one?
Right there. I feel like we should try the Hurricane. Although, is this one pumped up? Yeah, these tires are, oh, these are actually, ooh, I like these. Check that out. So they're not actually air, they're, I don't know what you'd call this. Solid.
All rubber. It's like those NASA wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I dig that. I'm gonna try
That's
it
really
here.
cool.
Hang on that for a sec. We're not connected. Let's see. Well, actually, I can probably roll start. Typically they can. Let's find out. Yep, boom.
He's getting it.
Did you get a hat?
A hat?
Did you find a hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gave mine away
Yeah?
for James's son.
Yeah.
There's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's his hat. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'll steal that back from you.
Okay.
And steal that too.
I won't talk.
Okay. Really?
No, I probably will. He's trying over there doing stuff and I'm just talking. They recorded separate audio channels, right?
I think so, yeah.
You should, yeah. You should be able to bring that.
All right. Woohoo, yeah. This one's fully charged. This one's got some zip to it. Woo-wee. These trucks are a little bit loose. I'd probably tighten them up a little bit. It can be hard to get them dialed in when you have these. These are the double kingpin trucks, kind of two of them stacked on top of each other. It can be a little bit hard to turn, but yeah, it's like, I was getting a little bit of speed wobbles on there. But, oh yeah, this is awesome. It's a very rigid deck too. I have a Backfire Boards hammer sledge that's kind of a similar board to this, except it's a little bit longer and it's got a lot more flex in the deck. This one feels a little bit more stable. I think with the trucks like tightened up a little bit, it's probably feel a lot more stable at speed. And I love the wheels on here. So they're not air. They're, I don't know, like solid. I don't know if it's like a hard rubber or what on there. But you can't get flat tires on this, and you also are going to get better range. I think the pneumatic tires that have air in them do a little bit better, like maybe a little bit more like traction, a little bit more comfort. But then you don't get quite as much range, and you can get a flat tire. There is a bit of quite a bit of drag on this compared to the smaller one with the hub drive, because this is just a belt-driven system, right? So this is better for torque and performance, like speed. But then, if I just let off the throttle completely here, and we get noticeably more drag, we slow down pretty quick here. I'm not hitting the brakes. I'm just letting it coast. Not as bad as some belt drive systems, but here we are, we're coasting to a stop. So we kind of mentioned this earlier. On a belt drive like this, you can't really push it home. If you're out of range, then you're you're just kind of out of luck. We got up to about 20-ish miles an hour there. These can't go quite a bit faster. These can probably go like 28 or maybe even over 30. But I don't feel super safe doing that without having like all the proper protective gear.
I was wondering about that.
How fast it goes?
No, your coordination of doing both at the same time.
I got lots of practice.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Look at this thing. Too swift. I've never even seen this before.
Where's the handlebars?
Where's the handlebar? Where's the other wheels? This is like if you had a scooter that you wanted to turn into a skateboard.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to get started, but I bet it's got a fun like carving feel to it from.
A little bit snowboard-esque to it.
That's what I'm hoping, man.
Yeah.
I'm always chasing that, get that powder feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
How we doing?
Good. We want to try this thing out.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right.
We got waivers, got to scan that little
Okay.
QR code.
All right.
And then we'll get you going on this.
Will you tell us a little bit about this? This is, yeah, so is it like kind of a snowboard carving feel?
Yeah, that's the design inspiration for us was snowboarding. So we were looking, when we were designing and building this thing, we were looking for that really flowy carve sensation when you're riding it. There's a lot of cross knowledge that you kind of like, oh yeah, this is like snowboarding. I do this when I do that. So when you get on it, like anyone that snowboards or has a surf or any type of board sport background, it's like an almost immediate click. So it's like you got a remote control here that controls your speed and brake.
Yep.
And then, like I said, from there, it's really a snowboard stance. So you still kind of keep your feet propped on like that. And getting started would just be like you're taxiing around on a snowboard. You just kind of give it one nice push off, and then you just ease into your.
All right. Well, that's got some get up and go to it. Look at that. That is amazing. This is it's actually a snowboarding helmet too. Like it's got the goggles strap on the back. Yeah, so
that's dope. Snowboard inspired.
A little bit more heavy duty. I learned bike helmets are not rated high enough to handle snowboarding and skiing.
Most of them aren't rated high enough to handle e-bikes.
Really?
Yeah, most of them are like 11 or 14 mile an hour helmets.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know how fast your head hits the pavement if you fall from standing up?
Pretty fast?
About 14 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you're as tall as me?
Oh, you hit maximum velocity before it hits the ground. All right, so as you're about to test this for the first time, what are you thinking?
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Yeah, to be able to get that carving feeling on the pavement. The only thing I've ridden that's even like kind of close to that is probably the one wheel.
Yeah.
But this looks like you're going to be able to get that a lot more because the deck can actually lean side to side, which doesn't really happen on a one wheel. Like you still get a nice carving feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing you can actually like really lean into it. Just like a skateboard, electric skateboard, for like the
similar.
Yeah.
So what you do? Thank you. Yeah. Push up with your thumb for speed, down for brake.
Okay.
So you speed up, slow down. There's no reverse.
Yep.
And then similar to snowboarding, so you're gonna keep both feet on one side of the board.
Okay.
You're gonna take your front foot, flop it on the board. Use your backside leg like you're taxiing around on a snowboard. So you're gonna use it to push off, get both feet on, and then engage your remote.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Then just keep your eyes up.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Difference, just more like keeps you from putting a mental blockade on yourself.
Yeah.
Down at the wheel.
Yeah.
We're off. Whoa. Wow, he made it look so smooth. It's sensitive.
He's probably done it a couple times.
All right, yeah, starting to feel it. Hey. Woo. Yeah. All right, here we go. Get the hang of it. It's very sensitive. Like it does not need very much leaning. Like just a little bit of like pressure with your toe or heel. That's so cool. Yeah. Let's try out the brake. Really turn sharp. Oh, that's awesome.
Been a long time.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How's it going?
It really feels like snowboarding. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the top speed like on these?
24 miles an hour.
All right. Hell yeah.
18 to 30 mile battery range.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
What'd you say?
You want to try it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Sorry guys, I have to go check Tyson.
Okay.
Hey. How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Nice to meet you. How you doing, man?
It was AIM Expo, maybe? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, most definitely.
Very cool.
All right.
Switcheroo. Oh yeah, look at that. It's got the little, it's actually got quite a lot going on this display readout.
Does it? Oh yeah.
There you go. But yeah, so similar to the old. So you got the spiel.
I got the spiel.
Just remember to look up.
Big push and a look up.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
You're looking a lot less wobbly than I did.
Okay, baby.
Oh, there's one.
It is like surf or snowboarding in that like when you try to go flat, you feel like you lose a little bit of that control.
Uh-huh.
So you got to be like toe or heel.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like.
Yeah. You want
Dude,
this?
he's right. Just the right amount of sketchiness. Just the right amount of sketchiness.
I told you.
Yeah. Yeah, the heel turn feels a little bit. That feels a little bit scary, but the toe turn is okay.
Like you just have to trust it, and
you gotta just.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah,
Dude.
looking smooth. What a great product, dude.
That is sweet.
Yeah. I'd be riding this thing all the time. Just go out and
100%.
cruise. Yeah.
It does, but yeah, just like a snowboarding, it's like when you go flat, you feel like I don't have the control, but as soon as you start carving with it and going, it's like, oh, makes a lot of sense.
So agile too. Like once
Yeah.
you get the hang of it, it's like
Oh yeah, I saw you ripping around out there. That's you know what you're doing? Yeah. Dude, very cool.
Going to the flat.
Okay, let's check out the latest and greatest from Lectric. You might have seen all of these already, huh? Because you got.
I've seen them all, yeah. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Christian over here.
The one and only.
Yeah.
Are you a dealer for Lectric in your shop?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not for Lectric.
Yeah,
I have Lectrics for doing the reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the XPedition 2.0.
The XPedition 2.0. This is the one that you can jump.
What's up, Christian?
You can skid. You can do anything you want on it, really.
Yeah, look at this bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reviewed the first Expedition, so this
The
is
second
cool.
one's
Get
better.
to try out this one. Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
All right, Christian, what's the highlights? What's new on this one?
main thing, the big thing, is we have front suspension on the XPedition 2.0.
All right.
Which was one of the biggest, I guess you could say,
requests. Yeah.
Depends on how you look at it.
Right.
That, you know, a lot of our customers wanted the suspension. And then also too, it's a torque sensor.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Cadence.
Is this the same like the torque on the Express, where it's like a?
Yeah.
It's
the
tuned
same program.
different. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So it's got like the multiplier setting, you go in there, adjust it, so it
Yep.
feels a little bit more like a cadence.
Exactly. So, which is nice because, you know, not everyone wants a torque sensor. Some people want a more cadence sensor.
It's the perfect middle ground.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a great way to do it.
There's
Absolutely.
also not fat tires, so we went with thinner tires on it.
We got a color display and also has turn signals, which is great for riding in traffic. The rear rack is a little bit longer, so it's more comfortable for, you know, the kiddos in the back, have a little bit more space.
Yeah, and the controller in this is 24 amps?
Correct.
Okay, so you're really getting all of the use out of that 750 watt motor in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, I dig that.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a double telescoping stem, so you can kind of adjust it for different types of people.
Yeah.
So you can ride it, Mitch can ride it,
Yep.
Shaquille O'Neal can ride it.
Okay.
Anybody can jump on there.
One of the things I liked from the review when we were down in Phoenix, which is probably like an unsung thing, like people probably don't brag about it, but think about like the use case, is the adjustable stem that they have here. When you unlock and adjust it, you can move it down, but you also adjust the handlebars at the same time. So it's
yeah.
super quick to, like, you know, mom's riding it, boom, you pop this back, get that in the right spot. Dad's riding it, and a lot of those adjustable stems, there's like 4 bolts here. It keeps it there, so then you got to get those 4 bolts and you got to remove it and stuff like that. So I think that's a pretty slick addition.
Absolutely.
That I don't think a lot of people talked about enough in their reviews. So I think that's
actually
pretty handy.
tool-free.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And there's 3 different battery configurations. There's a single 13.5.
13 amp hour, yeah.
Yeah, 13. There's a dual 13. Or no, what?
And 17.5.
The 17. Yeah. So there's a lot of range you can get on this thing.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really like about going with the smaller tires is it's much more maneuverable than the fat tires. And the brakes on it are really nice. Me and Andrew tested the brakes out a lot.
It's also an 8-speed
Ooh, all right.
Shimano Altus, as opposed to the 20 that we've been basically having on all of our other bikes.
Oh yeah, let's. Okay, this is what you're talking about. It's like the dual. I'm gonna go. Oh wow, this goes way up here. That might even be too tall for me.
Yeah, I had a clip in the video, or I think it was in Andrew's video, where I had it as tall as it could go. Like I couldn't even touch the pedals.
Oh yeah, different kickstand as well.
You just rock it forward. I got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is. Oh yes, I love that. And actually
Get the
extend
under
my
thumb
legs.
throttle over here.
All right.
And also, if you want I know you're talking about you like a little bit more of an aggressive position, but again, quick release right here, so you can just pop that up if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, this feels like a pretty good spot. Ooh, yeah, I like that. It's a nice display. All right, well, see ya. Woo!
Oh, it's flying.
This thing can move.
And that's what most of his bikes are.
Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't it sweet?
Yeah, that motor's very quiet too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the M24 stealth technology, baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this thing rips.
The tread of the tires too. Just
Yeah. Because the XPedition, the original one, had a little bit more of like an off-road tread to it.
kind of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Does make a little bit more road noise on it.
And it was wider too. So.
Yeah.
And these are the removable pedals too.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I like those ones. Yeah.
Which I didn't understand at first, but then people on the internet let me know that they are taking those off to keep it from stealing it.
Yep. Yep.
Which I thought that was really interesting.
Okay.
I had someone tell me that literally today.
Really?
They're like, yeah, every time I go to the grocery store, I just take them off, and
Yeah.
then no one wants them.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this would be a little bit heavy to try to carry away. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
And so do you know, like, multiplier settings wise, is that one already turned on?
I
Probably.
actually have no idea what the settings were on this one. This was just from
Because you took off pretty quick.
yeah.
It's pretty peppy.
And pretty much
I
as soon
bet
as you
they're
guys
turned
told
on.
us, like, here's how you do it, everyone was they're like,
Yeah.
yeah. Light, but also, like, it's going to protect my noggin a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel safe enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's try these out. Are these both the same VX4? Let's try those.
Okay.
Quick run through. If you're ready with the other one, the controls are very similar. Power button here to turn you on. You got your headlight, throttle here, left and right turn signals, settings, and then you got eco and sport mode here. So start off in eco, whenever you're ready, bump it up to sport, and you're good to go. Front rear brakes, turn signals, full suspension, all that good stuff will be on here.
All the goodies. All right.
You're powered on, you're good to go.
Let's do it. You want to try and hold this while you're on there?
I can.
Might be a little sketchy.
I got it.
Okay, start them out in eco.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of zip even in eco.
Yep. This feels stable.
Yeah. This is why I'm a big fan of VMAX's stuff, is the build quality is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to sport.
I'm still in eco, so you can kind of see the difference in speed.
Yeah, amazingly stable at speed. So they put dampers in the steering column, so it doesn't turn as easy. That's why you can get going, 25 miles an hour. And they also, Europe, these are pretty limited in speed, but for the US version, they can actually get up to 25.
So yeah, we're going about 21 right now.
See if we can get up all the way to 25. We'll turn around and get on the straightaway here.
Let's do it. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a difference between eco and sport. It's, kind of taking off from us there.
0.8 miles per hour. Let's try out the brakes. Nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah, they're just, they're awesome. And then it's like the turn signals. You see them, they're out in the ends of the handlebars.
And the rear.
And in the rear, yeah. So yeah, they do a really nice job with just like all the lighting and everything. Lights positioned up high.
Yoo-hoo. Here, let me hand this to you. I'm gonna put mine in sport.
We haven't even done it yet.
No.
All right.
My other hand's holding this.
Yeah, try it. Yeah, that was awesome. It's such a smooth ride. Yeah. You guys, you have really good build quality on it. Like, they actually feel stable at speed. A little bit of damping in the column. Like, there's a lot of scooters that can go that fast, but you don't feel too good. Yeah.
It's all about being comfortable. It's like if you're riding it and you're scared, bad things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You want to feel like you can trust it, and then you guys have one of the best warranties in the business too. Yeah.
2 years out of the box. We just want everyone to be able to keep riding. nothing worse than having broken PEV and then you can't ride.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's really cool to see you guys growing because you're relatively new to the U.S. market. I want to say, like, was it like the end of last year? Maybe is that right? Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. What's your most popular model? Like, what do you sell the most of?
It's going to be probably between the DX2 Pro and the DX4.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like the price point. So the DX2 Pro is kind of be perfect for all around. It's not too small, but it's not too big. So you can transport mostly college students and people live in busy cities and just kind of want to stop around town, that kind of thing. If you're doing long distance commuting, trail riding, that kind of stuff, obviously the X4 is going to be the way to go.
Yeah, I'm sure that's got some serious range. Do you do the like the different battery pack sizes for that one too? Yeah.
3 different battery pack sizes. The biggest one will do about 62, 63 miles of range.
Yeah.
That's actually my daily commuter as well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
That pretty much every day.
They're fun. They got some zip. Mitch, what do you think? You've ridden a lot of scooters before. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean the dampeners in the steering tube is really interesting, and it's a lot better of a look than like the outside ones. Like on what's the Yume scooter had that?
Yeah, the outside damper.
Just stabs out like that. It's really clean, very stable. It's probably one of the more stable scooters I've ridden on. And the other thing that I like about scooters, because you have all that leverage with the stem, so you usually get like some rock to it. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
It's so stable.
Super solid.
Yeah, no, I don't know, frame flex, I guess that would be.
Or stem flex.
Stem flex, yeah.
Yeah, everything feels super solid. We got dual brakes on there.
It's actually a triple braking system.
Oh, is it?
So there's a drum brake up front, there's a disc brake in the back, and there's an electronic brake in the rear motor that has regenerative capabilities.
Really?
And so if you
just let go, it starts regenerating?
If you not if you let go, but if you like squeeze the brakes just a little bit, I think it's it's only one of them, I forget which, but you squeeze it just a little bit, you get the electronic braking, and then when you squeeze more, then it kicks in the physical brakes, which is the disc and the drum.
So it's almost like a motor cutoff, but instead of cutting off the motor, it's actually putting on that rear brake and it regenerates a little bit.
It is, yeah. So like between the 3 systems, you have tremendous stopping power. And electronic brakes can, like, especially like under really high load, can sometimes like vary in effectiveness, which is why you've got the physical ones in there for some redundancy. Yeah, got reflectors all over it, headlight up high.
The light system, as far as being safe on scooters, a lot of people get hit by cars on scooters by the numbers. So,
well, and another reason why it's important here, you can't hand signal on a scooter.
Right.
You need both hands 100%. On there. So to make a scooter without turn signals, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, come on. So yeah, you guys are getting it. Heck yeah. Does VMAX have any new stuff in the works?
We got some new stuff coming out probably next year.
All right, so, exciting.
Some new things coming, just branching out to the US market, just things happening.
Very cool, man. All right, yeah. Thanks for letting us try them. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go check out Motorcycle Way.
Let's do it.
So this, fun fact for this year's conference, this is the first time we've had a test track big enough to have motorcycle demos. And we've always had some electric motorcycles on hand, but display only. Now we can actually test ride them. So these are the Anthem. So this is a familiar bike to me. I have an Anthem. I have just the stock Anthem, so it's got like the stock controller and everything. They have a new one out here that's got the ASI controller. But these guys are just awesome. This is your first time to get to see one, right?
Well, I've seen yours.
That's true. Yeah, I guess you didn't get to see it when you were out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just...
I mean, the display is nice.
Yeah, they do a real nice job. And it also, check this out, you can hold down this and put it into night mode. So you don't have as much glare and everything.
Smart.
Then during the day, it's bright out, you actually need to see it. Boom, there you go. Yeah, it's a very, one of the most common comments I get from people who test ride mine is like, oh, like this is like, it's a motorcycle. It feels like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It handles like one. There's a lot of electric motorcycles that are built by companies that maybe don't understand motorcycles, outside of electric. But Ryvid does. They have so much background in this, and so it handles like one. It feels awesome. It's very stable at speed, almost shockingly so. Like
it's got a foot brake on it?
Yeah. So standard motorcycle controls. Front brake is your right-hand brake lever. Rear brake is the foot brake.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, and normally on a motorcycle you would have a clutch over here on the left grip, but we don't have shift gears, so there's no clutch. But what there is, this is a manual regen braking mode. So it's got Eco and Sport. If you're riding an Eco, then it's kind of like a single pedal EV, whereas you let off the throttle, then it's going to automatically brake. But if you're riding in Sport mode, it takes away that automatic braking, and then you can just activate it manually over here. And also, like, both of the brake levers. If you just squeeze them a little bit, then you get the full like power regen on them in sport mode.
Okay.
I never ride an Eco, honestly. Like it's, I don't know, I want a motorcycle to ride like a motorcycle. You know, Eco with the stock controller is just a little bit too close to like a moped in terms of its feel.
Yeah.
If you get the upgraded ASI controller though, then I mean, even an Eco, it really rips. Another thing that's unique about for the Ryvid, so their battery, that's it down here. It's got caster wheels on the bottom, so you can drop it out.
Smart.
And then it pops up a little trolley handle, so you can roll it around. All of their batteries come standard with the charger on board, so you can plug it in anywhere. You could wheel it into the coffee shop if you needed to top off. They ship with, you get a cord for 120 and 220 volt outlets.
Okay.
And you can also get a fast charging adapter. You can use it at level 2 fast charging stations.
Really?
That have a J plug, yeah. So you can charge it pretty much anywhere. And it's like, all of that except for the fast charging adapter is standard on the bike, including the onboard charger. And I think if you want the fast charging adapter, it's like, I don't know, I want to say it's between 50 and $100. It's not bad. So just in terms of like charging utility, if you live in an area that has a lot of fast chargers, you can actually take advantage of that.
And are those disc brakes, is that standard motorcycle size, or are those pretty big?
This is standard motorcycle size. This is big for an electric. A lot of electric ones have smaller ones.
Right.
But this is like, all the motorcycle components on this are heavy duty. Like this is the good stuff. It's meant to go fast. Excellent stopping power.
Yeah.
These are the Pirelli, I think Pirelli Diablo street tires on here.
Okay.
But if you want to go off-road, so they introduced a new variant of it, which is the Outset. And so this is more or less the same base, a little different. The Anthem has an adjustable seat, which is a pretty cool feature, honestly. Like it's, that's this little switch right over here. So you can lower the seat, raise the seat.
Oh, that's fancy.
So if you are, you share the bike among different sized riders is really where the utility of this really comes in. Great to share, or even just if you want to lower it to jump on and then raise it up, you can do it while you're sitting on it. Very nice touch. But on the Outset, this is meant more for like kind of dual sport. You can do some off-road riding. This one does not have the adjustable seat on it. It's got like a little bit more of a narrow seat. You've got like higher rise handlebars, a little wider. You got the guards on there.
Yep.
And then they have some different tire options that have a little bit more tread on here. So if you want to be doing some off-road riding, this is the one to do. This one's also cheaper. $6,000 for the Outset.
Okay.
$6,500 for the Anthem.
Okay.
And the reason the price is different, it's actually the adjustable seat that adds all of the extra price on here.
Really?
The actuator that's down under here is a $500 component.
Okay.
So, I like the Outset, honestly. Like I kind of wish I'd gotten this one, but they didn't have it out when I got my bike. But I like the look of it, and also just having like kind of the raised up handlebars, everything is a nice touch.
This one does look a little bit more, I mean, if you look at just some of the design features, like this one's got some more like pointedness to it here, so it looks a little bit more rugged. Mm-hmm. And on this one, it's very more like the Kawasaki type bike, where it's a little bit more rounded, a little bit more, the lines are different.
Yeah, you can tell it's made for the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is look at the tires on this one. I'm pretty sure
sweet.
I think this is one of they have these project bikes where they just kind of try out different stuff on there. Yeah, it's got a big old boy. And look at the one up there. It looks like they're maybe working with law enforcement.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and that rack on the back.
I mean, the color right here is super dope.
Mm-hmm.
The dark leather seat, kind of more of a tan. That's dope.
Interestingly, their motor inhibitors work quite a bit different than on an e-bike. So the power delivery on these it's a very smooth power curve. So even if you hit the throttle full on from a stop, you're not going to do an accidental wheelie. It gradually goes up, and it's fast enough that it feels really zippy, but it makes it a little bit more foolproof. Great beginner bike. But if you hold down the brake to activate the motor inhibitor and then turn the throttle up, then when you let the brake out, it's going to, whatever level you have the throttle at, it's going to take off instantly at that power.
Oh, cool.
And so it's a great thing for more advanced riders that want to burn out, want to do wheelies and stuff like that. You can actually do that on here just by, and that's something you might do on a gas bike where you can kind of use the brake to kind of rev it up. But these have the instant torque, like they really take off. Tell me about your, it looks like a little police cruiser bike here.
Yeah, this is a police upfitted kit based on the Anthem. Custom designed rack, molly panel for all kinds of attachment points.
I love that rack setup. That is awesome.
Upgraded harness and fuse box to manage all the lights and the siren.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Is this is that rack setup gonna like only be for this, or are you gonna be selling that for?
It's still in development.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. Yeah, eventually this will a version of that will be an option for consumers.
See, I know you've been working on the rack 2.0. Just for like, is this the rack 2.0, or is this like this is more this is the special heavy duty?
This is more authority, military, police.
Gotcha.
But a version of this same idea where still the primary mounting points are up on the main part of the frame, so that the seat actuator can still work.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Which one did you want?
Outset. Yeah. You haven't got to try it yet.
How was it? Pretty cool. Yeah. Cool. Nice.
All right.
You already know what's up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No surprises, right?
No surprises.
All right. Good deal. Oh yeah.
Just let you know, food is open in the promenade. Getting hungry?
Yeah, I really like the different seating position on this. It's like it's a lot more, you know, a bit more upright. It feels like a bigger bike, even though it's really not. Okay, let's try an Eco first. Just to, you know, I have ridden the ASI controller, but it's been quite a while. Back to the Portland One Moto show, and didn't have quite as much space as this. So let's see what we can do here. Wow, yeah, it's crazy. It feels like a different bike than the Anthem. Like just the changes to like the handlebars and the seat and everything. I think the peg position is different too. To bump it on up into sport mode, and we're at only 50% battery too, so that, you know, like any electric motorcycle, it starts to really drop off, you know, once the battery starts to lower. But let's see what the ASI can do here. That's wild how different that feels. Yeah, just a few little changes and it's like, yeah, totally different bike.
Suspension and all that does a lot. Yeah.
The
seating position is different too.
I like it better, honestly. Like, I think it's just like I'm bigger. It feels like a bigger.
You would like it better.
Yeah, it feels like it's a bigger bike. I want to check out the Lands. They got 3 of them here today. So Land Moto they're in a, I don't know, kind of similar spot in the market to Ryvid in terms of like price point, I don't know, capability. But this one's got a lot of like unique stuff about it. I think we were talking about this one earlier. So something that sets them apart is you can put it into like e-bike mode. It's going to limit the power output to 750 watts, speed to 28 miles an hour. You put it into a moped mode, it's like 37. Or you can have a full motorcycle, you can ride it up to 70 miles an hour. So it's kind of like, it's really blurring the lines between the different like transports. And here is the, I was telling you about this, the jack shaft thing, right? So that's this right here. So you have like this belt going back here to the rear wheel drive system, to the rear sprocket, and then this is another belt that's going actually up to the motor. So when the suspension compresses and everything, this is like right at the pivot point or the swivel point. And so the tension for each of these belts is always the same. It's not affected. It isolates the suspension and the drive torque forces. So on a typical motorcycle, the chain will like stretch or pull, depending on what's going on with your suspension. So they wear over time. You got to tighten them. You got to do more maintenance. This eliminates a lot of that. What else? What else is there? Like they do. They have a bigger than average rear hub. So like their bearings are a bit different. They're supposed to like spin better and be more long lasting without having to like replace or maintain them. And then like along with their custom hub, they also do their own, like these rotors, they design and build these in-house. That's why they say Land on them. To go like fit with their hub, provide better like braking performance. Like there's just like really like nice thoughtful touches that they do on here.
No, it's very slick.
It's like a nice combination of like the, I don't know, the polish, but also like a little bit of kind of like the rugged.
But also like tire selection too. Like they got a little bit more of an off-road tread on this one, whereas this one, the tire's thinner, it's more of a street tread.
Yeah, so so they have like the District Scrambler and the District Street, which I think that's the standard street tires on there. Paul, my man, what's going on, dude?
What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I was giving Mitch the spiel as much as I can remember from everything.
Things have changed last time you saw the bike as well.
I want to hear like all the new stuff. I was just telling him about the jack shaft setup that you guys have to isolate stuff. Like that's awesome. You're doing your own hubs and like brake rotors and stuff to go along with the hubs. I'm curious about, I know they mentioned on your website that you have like some like IoT like software features for these and you can use them with like microgrids and stuff.
We do. I'm probably not the best person to talk about that. I'm just the marketing guy, so I just regurgitate what people say. But essentially what they are is smart batteries. There's a lot of software in there where you can track the batteries, you can track the usage, you can track the power drainage, all that fun stuff, all the logistics behind it. So we can obviously make a better battery, we can share that information to make the industry as a whole better. And then it also helps out with just tracking. Like we've had bikes that were stolen.
Oh, okay.
A lot of gas motorcycles, they get stolen, you can't track them down.
Yep.
We said, hey, police, this is where the bike is. They went and got the bike back.
That's nice, just have it built in.
Exactly. So it's GPS tracking. That's just built into the software, and if somebody needs to track their bike on the app, they can track it the whole time. If they want to lock it down on the app, if they want to do anything, it's a smart technology.
That's awesome. So what's the new stuff that you're excited about? Yeah.
I mean, the thing I'm most excited about, which is like cosmetic change, but really change the look of the bike, is the black frame. So last time when I spoke to you, we had the gray frames. So now we have the black frames. This is a certain black that a big motorcycle dealer uses, OEM uses. That is just, it pops, it looks beautiful.
Oh, it does, yeah. Good color matching on it now. Like that's
with our
great.
new colorways, our Bodyworks new color as well. So this is our seafoam green. So the seafoam green against the black frame pops extremely well. Our new gray bodywork over there looks really good. And then we also have the new coilover suspension.
That's right. Didn't you guys partner with Fox for that?
We had Fox. We had the Fox Airshock when we were in the more off-road space. We heard a lot of feedback from our customers that Airshock probably is not the best. So now you can, if you do ride it off-road, you can still use the air shock, the Fox air shock, but the coilover suspension is a lot more forgiving.
Gotcha. All right.
Everything's really better on it. So we made that change. And if we go back to this bike, we made a change on the belt drive as well. So we offer a belt drive.
Okay, interesting.
So we partnered with Gates on the belt drive, so that just makes it.
So you got belts on both sides of the drive seat. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm a fan of that.
It's just a lot smoother ride, a lot less vibration, a lot less noise. Because with EVs, what you hear the most out of anything is the chain. Like, there's no noise obviously coming out of the motor, so a lot of the noise that you're getting is coming from the chain. By eliminating the chain, you have a lot quieter and smoother ride. And this lasts about 20,000 miles.
That's awesome. There you go. Gates, they make the good stuff. So something unique for you guys is that you can put this sort of like into e-bike mode. You can restrict the power, speeds, 750 watts, 28 miles an hour. Would you still need a motorcycle license to ride it, even if you are only riding it in that mode?
It's one of those gray areas that every state's completely different.
Okay.
So when we first started, most states you did not need a motorcycle license or a moped license. Some states have that, and you can ride it as a legal e-bike. Now certain states are, you can't ride as a legal e-bike, you need pedals, or you could have only a certain power output. It depends on the state.
Right.
We recommend, if you want to ride this how it's supposed to be ridden, get a motorcycle license. It's 75 miles per hour. It gets up there fast. That's the fun.
Oh yeah.
So you want to ride it how it's supposed to be ridden. So we just recommend motorcycle license. And you could take the test on this.
Yeah, that's right. You can. Yeah, this would be such a great bike to learn on.
I know. Exactly.
Yeah, and I could see the quote unquote e-bike mode being really great if you're learning for the first time.
Exactly.
You want to practice low speed, low power, kind of lower the risk.
Yeah, so we kind of rebranded e-bike mode to learner mode.
There you go. I think that's a good
somebody
move.
who's a little intimidated by it, get on 17 miles an hour top speed, 20. It depends how you're riding it, but 17 miles an hour really kind of peaks out there. And you could pin the throttle and you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just so steady. It's really, really nice. So everybody at demos here, we always recommend start in 1. Once they get used to the throttle response, because it is an EV, throttle response can be different. They bump into 2, then they get comfortable with that, they bump into 3. And then we keep them there usually.
I love that. And it's, you guys have the standard motorcycle control setup, which I'm like, a lot of electric motorcycles are like, oh, we're new, we're electric, we're going to have our own custom control setup, and it is confusing.
I know, it confuses everybody. Confuses everybody. But the good thing is there are no foot controls, which a lot of people that come from the motorcycle space.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you've got both brakes up there. Okay.
So you'll see people's foot. We see people's foot bouncing all the time, trying to reach for the brake, for the rear brake, or reach for the gears. But everything that you need to know is here. So it's a very intuitive platform, like you mentioned. For beginners, this is like the perfect bike to learn on. And you don't need to buy another bike once you get used to this. You just kick it into ride mode 4 and you're on 75.
Yeah.
So it really progresses with you as opposed to buying a 250cc and then you're like, okay, now I want a little bit more, and you have to buy a 400 or 600, whatever it is. It's kind of really all in this package here.
I've gotten used to having both handbrakes up here because I have a dirt bike from New that did that. Are you still doing, so is it right brake front?
Right front and left is rear.
Okay, yep. That took me a little bit to get used to because I'm used to bikes, like e-bikes, or it's the reverse. But
I think legally we have to do it like that.
Yeah, it probably for a motorcycle rider, I think that's going to feel more natural to have your right brake front. So yeah, very cool, man. Yeah, you guys are doing some really fun stuff.